So it's one of them days. I really can't be bothered doing this. It is way too hot to be doing this, but it needs to be done. I've got things I need to do. Drove a few hours away, and I knew this was coming. The car was getting hot. The radiator's clogged full of mud. Happens every 6 months, probably every 4 months, the amount of bog holes I go through. So yeah, I need to rip this radiator out and give it a clean, because behind this condenser you can't get to it, and that's always where the mud is. You can actually see there's a lot of it there too. Here's my finger. See there? There's a lot of it there. So yeah, gotta pull this bastard out, and yeah, fucking this as well. This, I don't know what they call it, the grill, bloody whatever you want to call it. It's fucked. Like, it's broken on both sides now. All those clips are stuffed. It's broken here too. It's just ever since I fucking mashed in this guard when I nearly rolled the fucking thing. Ever since I did that, yeah, this grill's taken a beating, and it just looks so shit now when it's down, because it's like sticking out past the bonnet. So I need to order a new one of them, and it was always broken here. It was always broken there, so yeah. I'll probably get like a chrome one maybe. We'll see what happens. I'm just adding that in there just so you know the little things that I have to go through with this motherfucking car. On the plus side, remember how this seal was leaking in the oil change video? If you guys watched it, it was leaking, and all I did was take the thing apart. I didn't take the seal off. I just cleaned around it with a rag, and then, you know, I drove around without the shaft in for a day or two, and it wasn't leaking. I'm thinking, all right, so it stopped leaking, put the shaft back on. I went for a long drive, maybe 4 hours flat, all up 8 hours, and it's not leaking. So obviously there was a rock or something just stuck in it. But yeah, I'm happy about that too. It's one less thing to worry about. Yeah, so for now I'm going to leave this grill. Obviously I can't just get one like that. So I'll worry about that probably next year, because it's not going to affect the driving abilities of the car. It might look a little bit shit, but who cares? It's a fucking full drive, and you know, it's only going to look worse and worse the more I fucking take this thing off road. So yeah, anyway, let's get stuck into this radiator. Shroud will come off, hoses and a few bolts. This actually has to come off to get the radiator out, because there are bolts, can't really see them, but there's a bolt just down there. I don't know if you can see it. It's right roughly there, I think. Yeah, just down there. It's like in a shitty spot. So this has to come off anyway for me to be able to get that out. If I didn't have the fucking aircon condenser still in there, it'd be a little bit easier, because I'll just wash it out from the front. But I'm going to put an aircon back in it eventually, so I don't want to take this whole setup out. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that in there and I guess do what I have to get this fucking thing out. Some people are all for the heat, and I'm not one of them. Shroud's off, and you can see that, you know, there's a shit ton of mud stuck in there, and you're probably asking yourself, why don't you just clean it like that? Because yeah, like I said before, the front in between the condenser and the front of the radiator would be like that the whole way, so it does need to come out. I just drained all the water out the bottom of it. I'm gonna have to probably take this bash plate off to get to that hose, so hopefully not, but we'll see. What else is there? There's always something else. No, I don't think there is anything else. That's all there is to it. Fucking not looking forward to this. I'm really not one for the heat. I fucking hate it. Hate the heat. So it got to the point where I thought, nah, I'm taking this bash plate off, because it was just too fucking hard to get to this hose here. And that actually has to come off for the radiator to come out, or else it doesn't fit through. Gets stuck on the fan. But yeah, I thought I'd take them off just to give in there a bit of a clean, as it got dragged through the mud. So I'm kind of hitting 2 birds with 1 stone, and I'm making my job a lot easier. For an extra 5 minutes worth of work, 10 minutes, it's probably worth it, you know what I'm saying? And I might even bash the bash plate back to how it's meant to be, because the thing's mangled. I'll show you. So there's the plate. If you look down, you can see how fucked it is. I hit a rock. I think it was one of the videos. I hit a rock going up a hill, and it fucking munched it. But it done what it was meant to do, so I'm happy with that. But I might bash it out a bit. Just bash around here out, just so it doesn't look as fucked. I mean, we'll see what happens. It's not a massive deal, but it would look a bit neater, so probably do that soon. Getting closer. They're off. Now it's just these four bolts. Like I said, one's over there, down there, you can just see it. The other one is there. It's pretty much right at the top. And there's another 2 in the exact same spot on the other side. But this gets in the way a lot. So it's gonna be fun, but that's all it is. And then the fucking thing's out. We'll clean it up, have a little break, chuck it back in. Right, now I can show you a bit better. So this bolt is actually probably the hardest one to get to without taking that grill off. This one was pretty easy to get to, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that one, you pretty much have to take this whole grill off to get to it, or else it's fucking impossible. Yeah, but I just thought I'd show you what it looks like without the grill. Definitely need to get a new one. It's fucking munted. It's fucked. There's nothing left of it. No clips. Broken on both sides. It's definitely had its day. Maybe I should just build a custom one. We'll see. And just like that, it's out. As you can see, the bottom bit there is where I could get to with the gurney. Through just here. Like just underneath the bull bar there. But yeah, the top of it is fucked. Like that middle section is really bad. And that's more than likely where the best airflow is. In the middle right there. So definitely gonna give this thing a clean out. This side you've seen before, it was pretty bad. But yeah, if I'm gonna do half the radiator, I might as well do the whole thing. There's no point of cleaning one side, not the other, because the wind, the air is meant to run through it. You can't see, you can see a little bit through it there. Nothing there. Obviously you can't go wrong with a gurney, but I don't have one here at the moment. Obviously I can't drive the car because there's no fucking radiator and it'll just instantly get hot. But I try and put some water through the condenser to at least, you know, there's mud in there, you can see a little bit. Just to, oh yeah, you can tell a little bit at the bottom there, you see? There's definitely mud in that, so I'm doing the right thing cleaning it. Should always try and do as much as you can while certain things are out, or no, either. Now I'm going to get into this properly, just because me holding the phone, it's not ideal. Just thought I'd let a little bit of water run through the thermostat, through the cooling system, just so whatever mud's in it can leave. There's bound to be a little bit of mud in the system, so hopefully it just pushes it out. Yeah, the temp's not going to go up just sitting on idle. And it's constantly getting cold water flushed through it, so I doubt it'll go up at all, to be honest. I'll just leave this for a minute or two and then I'll give the radiator a bit of a clean. So I've just started washing it and look at all that mud that's just coming out of the radiator itself. So much mud. If I had a gurney, it'd be easier. This radiator is actually pretty much fucked because of all these little things. They're all bent in. And yeah, most of them are bent in, which is really bad, stopping the airflow. So I actually do need to buy another one. That way I have a spare one. That way every time I clean them, I just swap, and then I can worry about the cleaning afterwards. And, you know, I can send them off to get these things redone. Or there's a way to do them. You like shove two things in between them and you just work your way down. But yeah, it's fucked, man. Like the amount of times I've cleaned it already, I think I've done it probably 4 or 5 times. I've only had this radiator for roughly 2 years, I'll say, close to 2 years, and it's already pretty much fucked. So yeah, the joys. Look at all the mud, but definitely need to be done. So I'll get back into it, hopefully get it done, and then I'll chuck it back in, I guess. Well, the radiator is as clean as it's gonna get. I think maybe halfway through the year I'm gonna buy another one, just so I don't have to sit there washing it for an hour every time I fucking change it, and so I can get those fucking little things all bent back out. And yeah, it'd be good just to have 2, just in case one decides to cark it. At least there's a spare one anyway. So I'll get into putting this thing back in, and it should be as good as gold, mate. So it's back in. I'm just gonna quickly zip tie some shit up. I already zip tied this whole grill together, so it's not gonna go nowhere for a little bit, at least till I get a new one. Screw that back on. Obviously, just plug this in, piece of piss. The rest is just fiddly shit. Oh, but it's a joke doing it with one hand. So that's why I do it off camera. And even setting up the camera just to sit there, the editing on that is fucking ridiculous. So I just do it in little clippets. It's just easier that way. So yeah, just all I do now is zip tie this to that, and then run a zip tie underneath this, so then it pulls this shroud back, because I had problems with the shroud hitting the fan. And then that's pretty much it. The bash plate, I'm going to try bash it out, but I'll do that off camera. And yeah, that's the radiator clean out done and dusted. Should be good through the summer, and by the time I do the next radiator clean out, I'll probably end up buying another one. So that's the plan anyway. Just got to refill it with water. Oh my god. Cheap Chinese nozzle. There we go. Fill that up. Turn it on, let it circulate, and we're good to go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Done and dusted. Hopefully won't have to do this again for another few months. Depends on how many bog holes I hit. I swear every maybe 10 bog holes this needs to be done, especially if the mud is like up to the bull bar. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys and girls. Enjoy the rest of your holidays or whatever you've got going on at the moment. Laters.